God, stop. You said to third party. Got it. Okay.
All right. Live stream is now up on YouTube. Hello, YouTube.
Oh, hello, YouTube.
We're going to go to speaker view so that whoever is on the hotspot can be seen in the fuller screen.
Oh, that is so cool.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm starting to I'm gonna record now. Oh, wait.
It's recording. It's going to be saved on YouTube, so we'll be able to rewatch it.
Oh, it's already recording. Oh, I
I
see.
know. I love it because we don't have to download a file, just like already there on the LA
Oh,
Poet Society's
cool.
YouTube.
Cool, great, fantastic. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining One Mic, One Globe. This is the March edition. I am your host, VOTH, an acronym for Voice of the Harbor. This is a safe space where you are free of mental freedom, where to voice the social justice and injustices of the world and to speak your truth, be authentic, stay true to who you are, embrace all of you, not just parts of you. There's too many people in the world who choose bits and pieces of us and celebrate those bits and pieces when in reality it should be all of it, all of those pieces, the whole puzzle, not just one piece. So as you all venture on tonight, sharing your magical voices and harmonic poetic presence. Embrace that. Embrace the shape shift. I got that from Alex. um, to just I love March. You know, I love seasons of change in general. But there's something super special when it's winter into spring. It's like you're shedding off this cloak and embracing the bloom and evolving into that next level. And I recently saw that the other day. I was coming up on a street and it said the next level, and I was like, oh, something transcendent. Alrighty, I'm gonna kick off with the first poet of the night. I'm super excited to welcome her into the poetic space of One Mic, One Globe. La Neta. La Neta is a two-spirit queer indigenous writer and creative entity. They love creative expression and a good tamale. It's called balance. I love that so much. South Central raised, she's hood infused, but very much academically correct when code switching. She's raw, unapologetic. I love that too. And although she may not be universal, she has something for everyone looking. Please give a warm welcome to Laneta. Woo! Go poet. The mic is
Ooh,
yours.
yes. Thank you so much for that introduction. And yes, I am Sanita. I do love a good tamal. Right now, I'm transitioning to plant-based, and the vendors out here are not disappointing. So support your small vendors. So yeah, I really love everything you shared so far, especially when you talked about this period of time that we're in, right? This transition. And as an indigenous person, I do just want to acknowledge, the land that I'm in right now. And I'm grateful so much for the people, that tended to the land. And now us as the new people that are tending to the land with our alchemy, with our words, with our energy. Like we are also part of this cycle, part of this energy that we're going to bring into wherever we're at, or wherever space we're at. Um, and in this space right now, we are in the year of the cat. So this is the obsidian night. This is a time to kind of shed as well, and it's really a time for us to like reflect. So, if anybody else is also indigenous Mexica or any other Nawa or any other tribe, Happy New Year. So yeah, so thank you so much for that. The way that I will be expressing myself today, I'm going to go ahead and share these poems that are connected. And I was really called to this space because you talked about colors. And for a long, long time, I grew up kind of like not liking myself, and so I thought that purple made me look darker. But
Mm.
lately, like this whole year, this whole quote unquote healing journey has really made me fall in love so much with the color purple, whether that be a temporary sunset or a temporary bruise. The connection is temporary, right? And so we keep on transitioning and we learn from those lessons. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. My name is Anna, and I looked it up and it means favorite grace. So I'm going to take that as God's favorite. Now, I'm not saying that's a fact since that's also my dad's ex's name, but even my dad knew that he needed an Anna anyway, favorite. They told me I was born at night, and as a Leo sun, I call that balance. Favorite. I was a confident ass toddler, walked before I was one, spoke in full sentences. I've had a smart mouth ever since. Favorite. I got blessed with sun-kissed skin that radiates the joy that I'm bringing back to my lineage. Favorite. My hands bless and heal and preposition, praying, pondering perfectly and planning purposely. Favorite. Even when all the hope seems to be gone, I still make it through. Highly favored, divinely guided. Favored. And as if all that weren't true, there's days where I still ask, why me? And why my mom even birthed me. I'll say my name 3 times. A secret power summon, a mantra of all the power I hold within me. Anna, 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 Anna.
Anna.
Ooh, yes. Summoned. I've been summoned into the space officially. Yes. Yeah, so like I mentioned, this is part of my healing journey, and it took me a while to even fall in love with my name. And this brings me to another piece: red flags and other shit that you ignore for love. You gave away your smile to a love bombing fiend. Crooked smile, crooked teeth, gray sweatpants with a deadly print. Give you so much attention, pulled up to give you ice cream to celebrate insignificant victories. And like the ice cream, you ate that shit up. They brought you they brought you house shoes that you used to call your own because you were never a champion wearing kind of girl. You were okay with them not knowing your style. They made you tea when you were sick, a hot toddy with bourbon, honey, sweet lemon slices so carefully cut, and blue words of affection your way. His declaration of beauty ricocheted through the walls. They flirted with your moans that bounced up and down at night, couldn't get enough of you at first. He practically moved in, wanted to be at your hip at all times. He invited you to go to the corner store, to move his car with him. He even left the bathroom door open, and he left his phone screen side up. See, he showed you he wanted to age with you, and all of a sudden, everything was gone. He knew he had you, and you didn't realize it until it was too late. You were love bombed. The sting stung, but by then you were addicted to him like a drug. Whatever healing you had been doing, that shit stopped. Your emotions belonged to him. He told you how to feel, showed you what you wanted to hear, avoided what you needed to hear, explanations, ETA, words of affirmation. Are you still coming? Where are you? Hello? Hello? Did you fall asleep? And how dare you call him out and make him feel like he wasn't good enough? He was your reflection. Your wounds threw salt on his. And in the cycle that you thought had ended, started again. Thank you.
Woo! Go poet.
Yeah, let's hear it for these red flags that we ignore. Woo, woo, we're getting better. It's okay. We're going to take a breath for those red flags. Yes, blow them red flags away. Yes. Oh, my glasses. See, ooh, they're in. The energy is like, ooh, red flags, girl. No. So Yes, we're gonna blow away those red flags. You know what I really dislike the most about breakups is that yeah, not only do you have to give, all your, you have to be like, okay, who's keeping the PlayStation, the Xbox? Okay, cool. Am I gonna keep these shoes, these sweaters, these gifts you gave me? I'm a little petty. So sometimes I'm like, nah, that jacket I bought you, but I low key like it, so I'm about to keep that jacket. So I kept that jacket. I kept a few sweaters because, vibes, and they were Halloween, and I love Halloween. Who's gonna keep what? Who is going to now go to that one restaurant that was our spot? You know what I mean? That's like so awkward. So awkward. Do you ever like avoid going to a specific part of LA just because you know that was your stomping ground? For me right now, it's Cape Town. So like that was where there was like good ramen spots, like good Korean barbecue. So I gotta avoid, the corner of Seventh and Western. I got like a few. I got a map of like what I need to, you know, avoid. And one thing that really broke me sometimes was the dog, dude. Like, okay, fuck the owner, but the dog though. You know what I mean? So it brings me to the next poem here. Fuck you, all of you, everything, except your dog. You're such a good boy. You know that? You held me when I was sad and licked my tears away. You understood. You're such a brave boy, always hopping to me, even when the bed was big and you're this tiny, standing on business on top of giant rocks when I was too scared to hop. I looked up to you. You're the best friend he had, but you're a terrible liar. I saw those bitches on his phone. And as a dog, I know you were trying to be a good dog to him, but damn, I thought we were boys too. Like loyalty. Why didn't you piss on them like I told you to? Instead, you pissed me off. Why didn't you dog them out? Bark at them. See, sometimes you take the good boy act a little too hard. Like I bought you treats, boy. Rubbed your neck, rakied your fear away, took you to the beach, got out of the water for you when you started barking at me. Man, I even chased the birds with you, and this is how you do me? But you're for everybody too, I guess, just like him. But I still love you. I miss you laying on my head, watching over me while I slept, quite literally. We were both sassy Leos, and I, for one, know that you deserve better too. I now understand the love he has for you was all that he could muster. He once told me his mom was a Leo too. Now I know he will keep trying to find his mother and both of us. I know you're out here catching chipmunks and scared you did what you set your mind to, but I just hope that you never forget about me, dog. I warned you about this day. I warned you that it would happen, that one day both of us, both of you would have to live your lives without me. And I'm sorry that day came. I'm sorry you had to see me like that, packing all my stuff, crying and swearing that I'd never be back. And I never did come back, but I didn't forget about you. I now understand that letting him go means I gotta let you go too. So goodbye, Carter. I will always love you. I know, so sad, huh? Man, the dog though. Again, fuck you, all of you, everything about you except your dog, bruh. Man, I was telling my neighbor that too when I broke up with him. She saw me crying. She's like, nah, I'm crying about that dog. It was a little dog, man. Man, that was just the dog. And see, at that moment, like when you break up with somebody, you start to pick up on things. For me, I started to go to bed really at night. I started to really get into my arts and crafts. I started to crochet and sew, senora vibes. I always tell myself and I always tell people, man, I feel like an elder. I'm an elder. It's big elder energy here. High stock energy. Ponte calcetines at night or in the middle of the day because there's a little breeze type of elder. Like, you know that abuelita where like as soon as it hits, like, oh, no, no, ponte calcetines, put your socks on. That's me. And actually, I'm wearing socks now. It is funny because I got Crocs and short top, but the socks. You know what I mean? So part of me during this healing journey of letting go, talking about the dog, I had to write a goodbye letter to my dog because, you got to do what you got to do to let go. I started to actually learn how to crochet and sew, and it brings us to this next poem called Backstitch. I'm still letting you go. I didn't realize you had crawled over me, planted your toes in places I'm still discovering. I find your prints embroidered in the joy you brought into my laughter. I am the Ripper scene, trying to unweave you from me. I'm still letting you go, but I hope one day I will let my laughter run without a knot, without a tear, unbound. For now, I'm letting you go so slowly as my body wills it. And when I feel you in those hard to reach places, I know I've met another part of you I tried to fix when it wasn't about you, but me. I'm gonna run that back. When I feel you in those hard to reach places, I know I've met another part of you I try to fix when it wasn't about you, but me. So I make a new stitch, restring myself back like I've always done. You've taken your foot off the pedal. Now it's my turn to show me how it's done. Thank you. Yes. Yes. For getting into those hobbies after a breakup. I might be crying and stitching, but I'm healing, bitches. So yes, to all that. Yes. And so part of this story, part of this healing journey for me, as you could tell, it's low-key a little angry. And I'm just letting y'all know I'm a Leo. And I ran into so many Scorpios. He was a Scorpio. And then afterwards, I met another Scorpio. And I'm like, what's up with these water signs trying to drown me? So if you do follow my page, you'll see that I started a support group. And it's called the title of this poem. Please stop fucking on Valentine's Day. We don't need any more Scorpios. Now, if you made it past the title, hello. No Scorpios were harmed in the making of this poem because I am already dead. Or at least there's a ploy sneakily plotted. People are involved and manipulated for their being, Scorpio type shit. Anyways, I want to say that maybe it's by gender because Scorpio men, unevolved Scorpio men in November. I mean, Scorpio men really make you go through it. Like, when is it enough? When do you realize it's time to stop? That you have lied yourself so much, like to me, like to us, like to her, to them, and then put it on your mama? Like, even enough for her to roll out of her grave and want to fight my grandma and her. That's enough. Make it stop. But my homegirl warned me. Go to the real ocean. Real water is deep. Scorpios are shallow. And the homie prayed for me and laughed. He's an Aries. Toxic, but enjoy the D while it lasts. Of course, he'd say that. Again, an Aries. I'm not a hater, I promise. But as a Leo, I'm supposed to get along with y'all, Scorpios? Who do I talk to about that? No, but for real, who do I talk to about that? Can I unsubscribe? Will I drown in Pluto? I was promised transformation, but all I see is a shallow presentation of the deepest puddle, murkiest. I mean, backwash, rainwater, stuck, mosquito infested puddle. Like, damn, that can't be a puddle. Puddle smells like shit. But of course, your shit don't stink, puddle. You were right. But damn, the beauty is a resurrection. You chaos in me, the transformation it created. You steeped and engulfed everything, but I didn't drown in the aftermath. You tried to drown me, but I was MVP in the varsity swim team. The problem isn't that you were created, but that I keep running into you by different versions of me. I heal, damn it. But thriving in chaos is a lifelong lesson. That's why I ask for birthdays now. October or November? It's not an automatic decline. It's just a friendly afterthought for me, part of the application process. So if you're feeling the love on February, wear protection, at least for the sake of me. Please stop fucking on Valentine's Day. We don't need any more Scorpio. Yes. And I apologize if there's any Scorpios watching you. All love, all divine. Yes. Yes, yes. I know I have about like 4 more minutes. So I'm gonna make a quick decision right now. Do I want to choose more violence? Do I want to go with peace? I'm gonna choose a little violence and then we're gonna laugh about it. So we're still part of this healing journey, part of this healing journey. And you run in this whole journey, you run into like the spiritual community, like I have, two spirit, ground, individual self, going into these healing spaces, if you know what I mean. So this is called healing and other shit the spiritual community lied to me about. Healing journey, meditation daily. But if I'm mad, I need to find peace. No reparations. I have to hold these tears back. I'm not sad. I'm fucking breathing, really holding these cans. I'm not allowed to let you catch. See, my sun and my rising are both opposites. That shit does not balance. They don't attract. Breathing exercises help you breathe. Now, who's the motherfucker responsible for planting that thought onto me? Because I'm breathing and I'm counting 5 things I see, 4 things I feel. But Becky's telling me that ancestral trauma is not a part of me, that it doesn't exist. And I also talk about anger and express that shit freely, but I can't curse. That I have to choose my words kindly. Fuck that. Fuck you and fuck this. No one is gonna censor me. This is my healing journey. Then I'm told that I can't be angry, that I should try microdosing this, find the root. But those are my roots because indigenous people invented this. Maria Sabina in my blood. Maria Sabina is passed down wisdom. Maria Sabina, her kindness was monetized. That's not my weakness. You got a certificate with it, then you try to sell it back to me. 444 for a cacao ceremony with sacred mushrooms from Peru this week. And then the next week, you invite me to my mother's homeland for 888, a self-investment, so I can cry in the name of sisterhood. And the land that you bought, sell me my culture back, you thought. Land back. That shit lives inside of me. This healing journey is painful and it makes me mad as fuck too. So if you hear me speak of it, mind your business and I'll mind mine too. How about that? Ometeo is allowing balance in the world. I can choose peace, but I have the right to choose violence too. And I can get my lick back, and so can you. Orneto and Meteo run its course too, or as others call it, karma will call you. Healing is a journey, they say. There is no final destination. Don't let them fucking lie to you or try to sell it to you. It just gets better to read the motherfucking rooms and breathe after you do. Now, I won't discourage the process you have made, but understand that love is light, but your darkness can be loved too, as it fucking should, and be understood. So say this mantra with me today. I am enough. I am worthy. I am loved. The more I say it, the more I believe it. I am enough. I am me. And if you don't believe me, then get the fuck away from me. Ashe. I stand on business with the healing journey. And I feel like, the healing journey takes us into these beautiful spaces where I'm able to nurture my inner child. Now, I believe I have about 2 more minutes, right? 2 more minutes. So, 2. I'm going to cut it to this poem that I wrote. I went on a meditation journey recently called Vipassana. If you've never heard of Vipassana and you really want to like work on yourself and really sit with yourself, I know that you can do it and I'm proud of you already, but I will look it up. So I sat with this and I read a few poems in my head. So I'm gonna now read them out loud to you. This one is called She Who Walks Amongst Jaguars and Flies with Hawks. She has 2 braided pigtails, a black dress with embroidered purple flowers on her shoulder and her sleeves. She wears a back Instagram, Loom Rebozo with Otomi designs and Raramuri clouds on it. She wears huaraches sometimes when she's not barefoot. She is always happy, always laughing, always so sure of her step, always smiling at her alebrije. Birds chirping near her head. Donatiu smiles at her. He comes when she needs him, when she needs warmth, to charge her tonali, her crown. She is 3. Her eyes hold the wisdom of elders that she is trying to teach me. She is everything I always imagined when I thought of what it felt like to be free in my own skin. She knows her ways through the jungle. All her steps have the most intentional purpose. She never trips, never stumbles, because she accepts everything as divine alignment in her path. There are no mistakes, only intentional purpose. He gets kisses from butterflies and her affirmations whispered from a hick at the wind. She allows herself to be moved and she trusts the journey where the wind blows her. She knows she is protected and the protection has no limitations as it aligns with her purpose. My grandpa always watches her and sends hawks her way as if she could ever be afraid. Fear does not live in that body. Confidence, real confidence. She glides, putting Morticia to shame. She is so pretty, beautiful, radiant, magical, so fucking magical to look at, so creative. She invents and innovates and always thanks the elementals, the elements, the spirits, keepers of earth, guardians, ancestrals, and now me for making space for her to be welcome, accepted, cherished, nourished, illuminated by. And I can't wait to see what she has to teach me. I welcome you, Anita. Thank you. Coming back to a full circle, really owning my name. So thank you so much for that space. Love that. Love the vibes. Love the energy y'all been bringing out.
Woo!
Yes. Ooh.
It was so hard to stay on mute. Like, I was like, respect the mic, but yeah, you'll see me in the chat.
Yes. Yes, Vipassana meditation. Yes.
Yeah, no, you guys don't have to stay on mute. If you want to give a poet some love, unmute and give him some love.
Yes.
But no, I understand the being respectful part, I do. But if you want to, just unmute for a minute and for a second, right? Show the love and put yourself back on mute. But no, La Neta, that was beautiful. That was so amazing. You had me rolling. I understand the Scorpio part. Like I love Scorpios. I find Scorpio men are hard for me to as well. I had a Scorpio ex, and he's an ex for a reason. Red flags as fuck. But I understand. There's one specific Scorpio in this room that I love so much. She knows it. But no, I get it. But thank you so much for being a part of One Mic, One Globe. You were absolutely amazing. Um, if you have what's it called? If you want to share you're more than welcome to share your Instagrams or how people can stay connected with you. In that support group, right? I'm gonna share that too. If you're more than welcome to do that. And if you ever want to be a part of One Mic, One Globe again, I please come back. Um, you're amazing. So much energy. I loved it. My gosh. Okay, the next poet I'm gonna bring up to the mic. Mm. This poet is a dear friend of mine, is part of one of the Infinite Poets, and recently just came out released with her brand new book. Um, Lily of the Valley, born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, Tantavillam Islands, Rosalilia M. Mendoza is the eldest daughter of 6 siblings, and her parents migrated from Zacatecas, Jalisco, and Michoacan As a former therapist, teacher, and community and political activist, Rosalilia shares her healing journey facing sexism, colonialism, intergenerational wounds, and discrimination through poetry in hopes of transforming thorns into roses. Currently, Rosalilia enjoys reading, writing, researching her family tree, awareness of social and political issues impacting Indigenous peoples from all continents, and both envisioning and creating a better world for her sunshine, Chalchihuit. Please give a warm welcome to Lily of the Valley.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo!
Go poet.
Oh, thank you, thank you. This is the book I birthed. Oh, uh-oh, there it is. And I do want to first thank you for the invitation and for the beautiful energy that's been shared already, and the power and the fire and the word. And I want to get started with a piece that's called Blood Moon. Death and rebirth comes in waves. I get lost in the depths of my yesterdays, and some tomorrows are buried in the sand of stillborn. Today is a reminder of what did not cross over to earthside, yet my offering is swallowed in vain when shame, guilt, and sadness and fear lingers in my shoreline. Perhaps I am still self-loathing. This cycle repeats every month. My eyes meet the rock of light in the obsidian sky. She is a truth teller. My tears escape my eyes, and I no longer feel alone as my ancestors hold me tenderly. I am a newborn again. I breathe in gratitude for these sacred cycles. How many times have they witnessed such a miracle? Thank you. That was my first piece, and
Whoop, whoop,
I am on my
whoop.
moon. I'm on my moon time, so I wanted to share because
Yes.
it's hard. So sometimes I've noticed that as I am getting younger, like my hormones are changing and everything, and sometimes I just want to cuddle and just be home and be in a little cave. And so I'm really grateful that today I'm here actually and sharing, because some women or some people, it's hard, and it's a struggle every month, and it's not easy, and it's painful, and sometimes we don't. I grew up with people not really talking about it. I don't know why, but I do talk about it now, and I'm trying to raise my child to also normalize it and be more aware of it and sensitive to it, because a lot of people go through it, and it's not easy, especially when you have health issues and things like that. So in honor of international, or well, yeah, there was International Women's Day on March 8th, and then Women's Herstory Month this month. This next piece is called Fire Woman, and I dedicate it to all the fire women in my life, and also the fire women present right now. Who taught you to blaze and consume any sexism with your ardor? Engulf back with every attack, you fire women. With you by our side, we don't need to be saved by red capes or men in tights. She is brava. The cowards would say, no need for charming knights, relics or saints. If a man punched you, you punched back. If they told you to shut up, you talked back, unapologetic. Your ember-sizzled patriarchy as you stood standing against anyone trying to bring you or any woman down. I will not let anyone mistreat me is a promise you made at 5. Who taught you to ignite from within? May your fire always remain lit so it can guide the next generation of guerreras to burn the patriarchy to the ground. Yeah, so that piece is, thank you. It's actually my tia Chayo. She's my fire woman, and she's the one, since she was 5, she always had this fire in her, and she's right now gonna hit her 70s, but she's always been like that backbone and that strong women and figure in our family. And the next poem is about her too. It's called Mi Tia. Hands rub, caress, massage, and heal. Eyes watch, testify, witness, and justify. Mouth pronounces, declares, and prays. Heart loves, aches, mends, and portrays. Bruja, curandera, powerful tia. Heaven forgot to name you a saint. Yeah, she's something. All my tias, but she's
love
one of the oldest that actually came across over here first, and then she brought my mom, and she brought the rest of the young tias over. And because once again, Women's Herstory Month, I wanted to share this piece. It's one of my icons, and I know there was a show that just started about her again. The other person that was jailed or in prison, which I haven't seen, and I don't want to see it, and I'm not going to see it because I want to respect and honor her life. So this one's called Reina Inmortal. You were la flor, full bloomed love, petals dance swirling to your essence. Bitty bitty bum bum, sweet feminine aura spilled in your fashion designs. Sparkling stars adorn your hats and your tops and your pants. Orange sunsets, red sunrises, lavender afternoons, and jet black nights. Galaxies reflected your attire. Bold eyebrows, bouncy long hair, red thick lips, eyeliner wingtips. When patriarchy tried to dictate who, what, where, and why, you talk back, creating a world for brown little girls and women. Softness isn't eternal. Not knowing how to say goodbye, we had to learn. But it hurts to remember, choosing not to forget. Dreaming of you and what was left, accepting your loss is still a difficult surrender. Thank you. Yeah, she's one of my. I remember here in San Fernando Valley when there used to be a JCPenney, and I was like 13 or 14, and her clothing line was there, and I remember always like going in there and just trying things out, but I couldn't afford it, so I didn't buy it. But still, that JCPenney is still there, but it's now closed, and I think it's an art gallery. But yeah, it's just she still has so much presence, and it's so beautiful to see how she's still remembered and very, very strong presence. My next piece is called Imperfect, and I wrote this maybe like 10 years ago or more. I am the wrinkle on your silk shirt, the crook line on your blood red lips, the dirt under your nails. I am imperfect. The big swollen pimple on your nose, the long thin hair on your chin, untamed and imperfect. The yellow armpit stains on your white collar shirt, the crumbles dancing on your face, pretty much imperfect. I am not your trophy wife or hot girlfriend or other half apple or orange. I am whole. I am the bottle-shaped hips, not the slim fit, the star that will shine and rebirth the night. If you expect perfection, walk out that door. It is my imperfections that mold, shape, and make me. I learn, grow, and thrive again and again. You don't get to judge my struggles today, yesterday, or tomorrow. Thank you. How are we on time? We're good? Okay. Like
You're
one more?
good. You have 12 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, with that said, okay, this one, it is called Rosa Salvaje. And in the past, I've had some breakups with friends and certain people from different community circles, and it's not really talked about. And so, well, that breakup happened with a really close friend. I realized how important it was to take with me what was mine, but leave what was not mine. And also to have grace for yourself when you make mistakes. And so this is what came out of that one. How did I forget that I am the rose that blooms seasonally? My colors aren't supposed to remain immortal but wither. I am both sharp and soft. I can release a sweet fragrance that hugs you. I can also pierce through the roughest, callous skin, make blood ooze and stream down. I carry both ugly and pretty. I'm a woman redefining myself like the buds on a newborn. I take time to evolve. I am still precious. Why do you judge me for my mistakes? Why do you think it is okay to put me down when I'm struggling? Warriors need rest too, you know. To think I should have all the answers and walk perfect steps throughout my life's chapter set me up for failure. So I did the forgiving work already, not for you, but for me. I forgave myself for my limitations. I cannot survive in ponds if I am not a fish. I once drowned in your expectations. Today I release myself as a new spring sunrise kissed me hello. I am here for so much more. I will bloom again. I will love again. I will make mistakes again. I am learning and oh so ever revolutionizing my essence. Excuse me while I return to my presence as my ancestors are watching and my petals swirl to my dance. Thank you. Yeah, I think sometimes,
Woo!
thank you. Sometimes it's hard to forgive yourself when there's so much pain involved in multiple parties, especially yourself and other circles. But I do now talk to this person, which is awesome. But the other circles know. But sometimes, you just gotta accept the growth you've given yourself, and also how sometimes things shift, like the seasons, right? Okay, so this next piece, there's one thing. I became a mother during a pandemic, and it was the hardest thing of my life because when my baby was only 1 or 2 months old, we were in a shutdown, and I was going through postpartum. So it was the hardest thing to go through, being in a pandemic while you can't see anyone and still going through the shedding of who you were before you became a mom and who you're becoming. And one of the things that was hard for me was to attend different manifestations or different like marches, and I really wanted to. And then I had this person in the community talk about it, like, oh, she doesn't even go to marches, or like, you're just home. And I felt so judged because I was already going through my own personal anxiety as a new mom, and then the pandemic, and then isolation. So it was a lot. So I wrote this poem, and it's called My Revolution is Quiet. I am not posting it online to get it approved. You may see I am doing nothing, but trust everything is happening. I am not going to share it because I once heard the secret is sacred. My revolution is quiet. It goes deep within. I am making the effort to evolve every day, not just once at a march event or protest. You see, my revolution seeks a lifetime of change, not just a phase for pride, ego, status, or power. It beckons me to reflect and admit my mistakes. It teaches me to transform the mud on my feet into wild roses, leaving a trail of petals for the next generation. My revolution is quiet. That is why you cannot hear it. But I promise you that in the face of injustice, it screams across the four winds. You will be in awe, wanting to be part of it. If we align, you are more than welcome to move with me. But first, tell me, what is your revolution? If it doesn't include women, trans, queer, gender non-conforming, children, tierra, madre, four-legged waters, I do not want to be part of your revolution. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, keep going.
Thank you. Now, because I am a Valley girl, I do have a poem for Valley girls, and let me see if I could find her. Uh, I had it here, but now, give me 1 second. Okay, I can't find it, but how are we on time?
You're fine. You have 5 minutes left.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll go with this next one, and then if we have time for the Valley Girls, then I'll share that one. This one's called With This Pen, and it's inspired by my infinite poets. And I was really, one of my favorite memories for as a poet is to be in spaces with the collective and get to travel with them. And that was the first time I traveled as becoming a mom by myself. So it was very beautiful, and just to see everybody share their beauty, their medicine, and their art. And so I wanted to share this one. With this pen, I will reclaim my story, birth the truth, honor, and glory, to rewrite the ancient truth survived by my ancestors. This is how I keep them alive. My tongue will seek her mother, abducted no more from my father's absence. I'm not orphaned by alien words. They know their migration and fly free like birds. My grandmothers were uprooted from their land, pulled like weeds by colonized hands. I know where my roots run, tracing back my steps. We have one. I will write to remember, pues guerreras never surrender.
I know that's right. Yes. Okay, Valley girl. Woo woo.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. I don't know. I had it saved, but I'm still trying to figure out my book myself. I don't know where it's at. That's weird. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Do we have like 3 minutes or 2 minutes? You said? Okay. All right. So this is for the Valley Girls. It's called Rising. This is dedicated to the Valley Girls who are up before the first canto del gallo. 4 a.m. can't beat them. Already setting up at the swap meet, to then taking out the tamalera to sell tamales y champurrado from the trunk of their carro or los carritos de marqueta. The one who still assembles airplane parts, not letting machismo tear them apart. Yes, the ones who chose to pursue college at 26, 40, 50 years young. My Valley girls who organize not only for the cause, but a collective vision in the arts, literacy, teaching, writing, self-education. The Valleras who had to raise 1, 2, 3, everyone's babies, the caregivers and the caretakers. The Valley girls who left him because she had enough of the lies, cheatings, and beatings. The Valley girls who left her because she carried too much and it spilled like menudo on a Sunday morning after a cruda. Las chulas y cholas, trabajadoras y sobadoras, poetas, artistas, chefas y jefas y brujas y curanderas. Tías y hermanas, madres y abuelas, comadres y amigas. Keep going and keep rising.
Whoop whoop. Come on.
Yes.
Thank you all so much.
Lily of the Valley. Get out of the valley. Explore more. No, I'm so proud of you, Lily. So fucking proud of you. You know, me tear up over here, man. Mi amiga from the Infinite Poets. Where can we find this book? Where are you selling? Where can I find it? Where can I buy a copy? Yes, and share your tags so others can follow.
Yes. I will put everything right now in the chat.
Okay. Oh, Lily of the Valley, gosh. Sorry, I'm part of the Infinite Poets, and it's just to see your journey, to see like where we met and to where you're at now. It's just God, like I see you, I heard your story. I'm hearing your story like over and over, and it's like hearing new, fresh parts that I've never heard before, and it's that beginning to where you're at now and to where you're going, right? God, it's just my cheeks are hurting from smiling. God, te amo mucho. Oh, okay, to keep up on time, I'm gonna move on to the next poet. That was Lily
What's
of
the
the Valley.
Infinite Poets?
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about the Infinite Poets.
So
Tell
the
me, tell
Infinite
me.
Poets is a collective of poets. There's like what, 12 of us, 10, 12 of us. It started out, so Alex Petunia was our instructor from CLI season 9. And we just we did this, we won the scholarship for Hollywood Fringe Festival, and we created, produced, wrote a show called Terraforming Marginalized Voices, post-apocalyptic, very beautiful, awesome show. And then from there, it's like, okay, that was the beginning. And then the following year, we traveled out to New York City and we performed out on Governor's Island. We created a chapbook together. Um, Hopefully that's being released. We're creating it again, so stay tuned for that. But no, it's a family, it's not just a collective, it's a family of poets, and we still continue to workshop each other's pieces and poems and to keep up on each other. Because with CLI we had to kind of we were partnered, right? And we just kind of pushed each other, but we continue to do that. And it's so beautiful. It is. I love this infinite family. But yeah, it's so diverse, it's so fluid, it's so welcoming, and they're like that second family. But yeah, that's the Infinite Poets.
That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to CLI. One time for the one time.
And speaking of the next poet, Fly High. Hello. Born to Jamaican parents, the multicultural poet Fly High is known to eloquently demonstrate her craft to her audience. Though a transplant from Arlington, Texas, she now calls Los Angeles home. Her passion for writing began in childhood and continued through her studies at Prairie View A&M University and her work as a former high school teacher. Fly's poetic influences include Audre Lorde, Debai Young, Anita Frika, and Stacey Yun Chin. Similarly, her work speaks to her journey into womanhood, encompassing themes such as childhood trauma, healing, and liberation. She hopes to provoke thought and lead others to take inspired action directed towards becoming the best version of themselves via self-awareness, discovery, and daily consciousness practices. She is currently working on her first collection of poetry called Old Soul, New Vessel, set to release in 2024. To keep up with her, follow her on IG, Fly High 2 Wise. Please give a warm welcome to Fly High.
Hi y'all. Peace. I'm really excited to be here. The poets thus far, I feel the energy. I know it's like spring equinox, so like the fire, the energy of like rebirth is like here, and y'all brought it. Anna, your pieces were like giving me life. I was like, I need to go back and think about all my breakups and write something about them because I'm missing a dog too, really missing a dog too. And Lily of the Valley, I loved your pieces. When I saw your background, I was like, okay, go off, sis. Go off. So I want to say shout out to the lovely women who have gone before me, and also for and before I kind of get into my poems, I wanted y'all to just take a deep breath with me, well, a couple of deep breaths with me, to kind of just feel this energy, feel the fire of this moment, of the poems, of all of the journeys of this life that we've had to live to be able to create in this space. So if y'all would just take a deep breath with me, we're going to go in for 3 and then out for 3. So 3, 2, 1, in and out. Gonna do 2 more. Take a deep breath in for 3 and out for 3. Last one.